Ladies, gentlemen, and others, my name is Arkada, and welcome to Arkada Gaming today. Mass Effect 3, specifically the Omega DLC. Now, you may be wondering why we're going to be starting with the Omega DLC. Why don't I start with Mass Effect 1? Well, I don't know if I want to do Mass Effect 1, mainly because Mass Effect 1, after you've played Mass Effects 2 and 3, going back to 1 is kind of a painful experience when it comes to attempting its gameplay. Story-wise, it's still, like, brilliant, because that game was brilliant, but I don't know if I was gonna do that, and hell, I don't even know how Let's Playable Mass Effect even is. So I wanted to test it out, so we're gonna test it out with Omega. And not only that, these videos are also gonna do another type of testing for me. I am testing post-commentary. Yes, the footage you are watching right now was recorded. Okay, well, actually, this title screen was recorded about 30 seconds ago, because I didn't do it in my initial recording, but the gameplay was like from 2 weeks ago. So I have no idea if this is gonna be good. It might be horrible. You might never want to watch it, but we're gonna try it. So, yeah, let's go. And of course, we're starting off with my already created Shepard. I am, of course, using a FemShep because Jennifer Hale for the win. It is nostalgic. Like, I know I only played this like a week and a half ago, but it is kind of nostalgic to just watch, or at least as it was to play this game, because I'm a big freaking fan of the Mass Effect series. Mass Effect 2 is arguably my favorite game ever. Probably. It is at least the game that I have replayed the most amount of times. I'm probably going to be talking during cutscenes, but subtitles on, so it's all good. And meet my Shepard, ladies and gentlemen. She looks like a badass. I'd get an autograph from her, seriously.
Just take me to Aria.
Shepard is not impressed.
So where is she?
Like a boss, apparently. Coming in out of nowhere.
Shepard.
Trinity.
Aria. How dramatic. There are too many eyes and ears in purgatory.
And off we go, flying through the city, because, you know, that's not conspicuous at all.
I assume this is about retaking Omega.
No.
This is about your war, Shepard. Cerberus controlling the Terminus system seriously bolsters their mobility. Since taking Omega, they've spread through the galaxy. Surely the Alliance has noticed. Cut to the chase. What's your plan? Kick them out. I've amassed a fleet of merc ships. We're going to punch through enemy lines and invade. Once we're on Omega, it's a ground war. That's why I want you. I only accept the best.
Yes, this plan could not possibly fail.
The leader of the Cerberus occupation is General Oleg Petrovsky. He's the one who ousted me.
And he will never be brought up again.
The elusive
Don't know him. Yeah, that's how important this guy is.
Best kept secret.
You know, except all his other best-kept secrets.
Bastard. What's your intel on the occupation? Petrovsky's army is massive and he's got Omega locked tight. The information stops there.
Good to know.
Oh, you're winging it.
Best
Not at all.
way to do it.
There are secrets on Omega only I know. Secrets that will provide us a foothold. I can tell you this. Petrovsky's invasion was precise and ruthless. We'll stop at nothing to win.
Some may say the same about you.
Sounds familiar. Shepard, I know my reputation. I know I'm hated. I ruled Omega with an iron fist. But the people were free. Their lives were theirs. I preserved that.
To be
This
fair,
man
she actually wasn't
all
that bad
away, and
at what she
he's
did.
Going to pay. When Omega is mine again, I'll give you everything. I've got ships, mercs, Ezo, all yours for the war. What's the catch? I have objections to some of the company you keep. So you'll have to leave
What?
Normandy and its crew behind.
Well, like, I already knew that, so I'm trying to, like, react to this, but
Let's just say
it was really depressing that I wasn't able to relive combat with my favorite companions. Like, I understand it sort of makes sense, because they get to introduce some new people, and of course Arya's on your team for the majority of this.
To my fleet. Oh, and while we're still in the Citadel. Please be discreet.
But I still would have loved to, you know, have like Garrus make snide comments about being on Omega the whole time, or maybe some backstory of his time as Archangel.
Signal me when you're on your way.
But that was not meant to be. It was sad.
Can't wait to see what all the fuss is about.
Oh, you'll see, sir. You will see. And of course, this is the part where I'd like try to figure out where the frig to go, because I couldn't remember how to control this thing that much. Thankfully, it wasn't that hard to get there, because it was just a matter of moving to Arya's fleet. What was I doing now? Oh right, no, I was gonna go double check my armaments, because that was something I had not done since starting to play this game. Like, I was pretty certain that I left the game in a pretty decent state when it came to weapon upgrades and so forth. Or at least using the weapons that I cared about, which in this case is a damn good sniper rifle and a pistol for when I don't feel like snipering. I'm trying to remember most of the mechanics of the game system. Like, I could barely remember the weight system at all. And I was just like, as I was trying to put in different weapons thinking, oh, maybe I'd like a shotgun as well. I would look at that power recharge speed and I was like, oh, right, there was a reason I left it at plus 200. And that reason basically was because I'd like to basically use powers whenever the frick I want. Not that I had many powers to use, like I'm not a biotic or anything, but something to keep in mind, maybe for future playthroughs. And that is something I'm possibly thinking about doing. This was sort of like the test run for that. Like, I wouldn't mind going through and doing all the Mass Effect games and doing a Paragon version of Loneliest Shepherd. For those of you who don't know, Loneliest Shepherd is a playthrough through Mass Effect where you try to kill everyone and everything. If anybody can die, they do die. And you're trying to make the Shepherd the most loneliest son of a bitch in the entire galaxy. It's tragic, it's sad, but a lot of the times when people play through it that way, Shepherd is an asshole. Because he has to be. A lot of people that just play Mass Effect in general play Renegade, but there are times when you have to be an asshole to kill people. And I didn't really like that, so I was looking to do it through it and doing some research and wondering, can I actually do a Loneliest Shepherd run with a Paragon Shepherd? And you sort of can, and I think that'd be more tragic that way, because like if you're doing Loneliest Shepherd and you're doing Renegade Shepherd, your Shepherd's an asshole, so he kind of deserves what he gets. But if you're doing a Paragon Shepherd, it's just like the universe does not like you at all. You're trying your best, you're trying to be the best damn person in the universe, but you're not doing everything the way you're supposed to, but you just have good intentions. And to me, that sounds a lot more tragic and a lot more, what's the word I'm looking for? Appealing to me, yes, appealing. Now, of course, I'm sitting here and I have no idea what I had no idea what I was doing with weapon upgrades. Because I was just like, wait, is this good? Is this not good? So most of the time I just left it alone, but like for Arya, you needed to give her something, so yeah, it was just something I had to do. But for me, I basically left everything alone. I had, I think, a pretty damn good sniper. I can't remember if it's the best sniper. And there you go, look. I always like playing Paragon. And you may wonder why I do play Paragon. Quite simply because Paragon makes for a harder game. I don't care what anybody else says, Paragon is the more difficult game. If someone says that they beat Mass Effect, like Mass Effect 2, on hardest difficulty, I'm like, okay, cool. Will you Paragon or Renegade? If they say Renegade, to me, them beating the hardest difficulty means nothing, because they did a Renegade run. There are so many things, at least in Mass Effect 2. I can't remember a lot of the QuickTime choices for Mass Effect 3, but in Mass Effect 2, going Renegade only, for a lot of, at least the QuickTime stuff, made your life so much easier. Like, there's a part of the game, I remember, in Mass Effect 2, where... What was it? Yes. It's when you're picking up Archangel, and you have a Renegade option to bash this engineer over the head and basically kill the guy. If you do so, an upcoming fight against, like, a giant chopper is a lot easier because the chopper wasn't repaired by said mechanic, and it's only at half health. If you don't hit him over the head, you have to fight the thing at full health. So being a Renegade makes your job easier. So that's why I like being Paragon, because to me, it's the harder difficulty. Now, I don't believe I'm playing Omega on hardest difficulty, because my thought process at the time was, I'm not going to be that insane. So I'm pretty sure this is normal difficulty, because I don't think I've ever played any Mass Effects on the easiest difficulty. Some games I like the easiest difficulty because of
We're not here
story
to win a space
reasons.
battle, Jarl. We just have to punch through their line.
And the cutscene's cutting me off, and I felt like telling a story, but whatever. Let's watch the cutscene.
The guest of
For a
honor
bit.
has arrived. We can finally start.
Yes, we
Let
can.
me guess. You're planning on infiltrating the enemy fleet.
Exactly. We position ourselves to strike a crippling blow, then my forces join the fun.
A lot could go wrong.
The assault's been planned for weeks, Shepard. For now, just sit back. Let me steer.
Not the best start to our partnership, Arya.
How things begin isn't nearly as important as how they end. Bray, move through the relay. Signal the fleet to wait. They only follow on my command.
That's the one thing I did like about this series. Is like every good line happens often. Like there are a lot of really good lines, and they're very quotable. They sound like they're coming out of some historic text or story that got really popular hundreds of years ago, and they get like quoted for ages, like Shakespeare.
Head for the command ship.
It's a real shame about the ending of this game, which I'm not gonna talk about, because that'll take forever.
This is Captain Lentz. Run voice recognition. Alpha Tango Z. We took damage. Seeking repairs.
Identity confirmed, Captain. Hold for approach authorization.
How did you get the captain to say that?
The hard way.
I feel bad for the captain.
That's right. Nice and slow.
This reminds me of that scene from Return of the Jedi, where they're trying to land on Endor in an Imperial shuttle. Though I think there's going to be a lot more blasters
As you can.
in this version. In fact, I know, because I've seen it. Damn!
Fire!
That's the one problem about not doing this live, is that I know everything that's going to happen, so I'm like, oh, they're about to explode some shit. It's not, it's, you lose that, I think, in the post-commentary setup.
We're through. Head straight for the station.
We're being hailed by the General.
Of course you
Should
are.
be interesting. Put him through.
Arya, I knew this had to be you. You'll never make it. Call it off now.
You're barking up the wrong tree, General. But maybe you can convince my partner.
Commander Shepard, I've heard great things about you.
Can't say the same.
My partner here doesn't have much to say for you.
She's not used to being defeated. It clouds her judgment. A pity you left, Cerberus. We all sabotage ourselves in nefarious ways. Perhaps deep down you fear success.
No, that's not the reason why I stopped working for Cerberus.
Now it's my turn. I see you've gone to the trouble of augmenting that ship with Solaris armoring. An exorbitant waste. I've made improvements to Omega's outer defenses. My cannons will cut through you at will.
Sounds pretty confident.
Yeah, Arya.
So
You didn't think this through,
I
did
say
you?
Turn back.
Let's see what you've got, Oleg. End transmission.
That's a lot less dramatic than actually hitting a button to do it yourself.
Set preset course. We're ramming the station. Everyone brace for impact.
Time to pull off a Riker maneuver.
Omega's kinetic barrier will
And
stop my
fail
ships from
on
landing.
purpose.
I equipped this cruiser with disruptors to take it out on impact. Don't worry. We'll probably survive the crash.
I like the optimism there. I know we will survive the crash, not just because I've seen it, but because I have main character immunity. The only time I think Shepard loses main character immunity is during the suicide mission in Mass Effect 2. And of course, the end of Mass Effect 3.
We can make it!
Arya, don't be stupid. Sound the evac.
Damn it! Program escape pods for the station.
Let's go. Everyone out. There's no time.
Yep, we did not plan this assault at all. You think they would have tried to get some info on any upgrades he did to Omega before they decided to siege the place. But no! We have to do a recreation of the start of Mass Effect 2, except instead of the Normandy blowing the fuck up, it's this ship.
Guess that asshole really did upgrade Omega's outer defenses.
So it would seem.
That must be really uncomfortable. Reminds me of that time that I didn't actually go on Top Gun and Canada's Wonderland. Mainly because I thought it was a relative zone of danger. Yeah, okay, that was pretty obvious. I mentioned Top Gun, I have to make a Danger Zone reference. Specifically a Danger Zone reference!
Hope the other escape pods made it.
They probably didn't.
What's our target?
Need to hit the defense system station. Shut down Omega's out of defense so my ships can land.
Awesome.
If we don't, they'll be blown to bits like we were.
Got it.
And now it's time to see how crap I am at actually doing combat in this game, because it's been like a year and a half. And my god, I didn't remember jack shit.
What you say goes.
Arya relinquishing command? I'll believe it when I see it.
I can be a team player, Commander.
Sure you
I
can.
know where we need to go, and you can get us there.
Next time on Arkada Gaming! Because, you know, I'm not doing this right now. I suck at combat!
Fuckers.
See you then.